Hello my Beatles friends, welcome to my new video. On this past weekend, I watched 4 new Beatles documentaries and new DVDs. So now I can, show them and talk about them a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the Beatles DVDs. Some of them I already have in my collection, some of them I didn't, some of them I have in different variations, but I decided to show you anyway. Okay, so first things first, something that we're all familiar with. This is the Beatles Hard Day's Night, this single DVD release, which was released, I believe, somewhere in the 2000s. That was before the 4-disc box came out. So it doesn't say here what year it was released. Oh, it is 2001. Yeah, it says here on the disc 2001. So it's just a regular release with just a single 2-page insert, nothing special. So all those of you who have the 4-disc box set, different variations, one of them, so this you definitely do not need. Next thing, something that you also might be familiar with. This is the 1997 release of Yellow Submarine. Also, this is the regular CD with, I have to admit, very beautiful booklet. That's how it looks like. So it opens like 8-part folding. Yeah. So that's the insert with some text and some information. And here we have 2 song list and the title. So I have to admit that this kind of booklet does not appear on the recent reissue, the Blu-ray that comes with a transparent 4 pictures and some stickers. What's beautiful about this one, that the booklet is very beautiful. Booklet is very nice. Okay, so next, something that I was a little bit disappointed. These are 2 variations of Ed Sullivan's shows. Now, they are completely identical, only the issue is different. This is the jewel box and this is the digipack. Now, it says here, Ed Sullivan Show starring the Beatles and other artists, including original commercials and more. The same thing here, 2-hour, 2 DVD set. But I was disappointed because the Beatles are not the majority here. On the first DVD, on the first disc, we have only 5, 8, 11 songs by the Beatles, and I saw her standing there, we have Twice, I Wanna Hold Your Hand, we have Twice, and She Loves You, we have Twice, and All My Loving, we have Twice. So we have only 7 songs by the Beatles in 2-hour DVD. I was kind of disappointed. I was expecting to see Beatles more. And second DVD, we have, on the first show, we have 1, 2, 3 songs by the Beatles, only 3 songs. And on the DVD too, we have 3, which are 6. So we have 9 songs. And I don't know. I mean, I enjoy watching the Beatles. I enjoy the concert, but the release just does not, answer my expectations. I mean, I'm watching and watching and watching. There are interesting many shows, many jokes, and many artists. I mean, with all due respect to those artists, I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm a Beatles collector, so I'm not interested in seeing all the commercials and all the artists. I was just interested in seeing Beatles. So it would be much more easier to put all these songs performed by the Beatles in one single DVD. I mean, here we have like 11 songs, and here we have, on the other one, we have like 9 songs. So it's 20 songs and 5 of them repeat themselves. So we have 15 different songs. Just put it on one single DVD and that's it. I mean, for me, it doesn't worth buying the whole thing. Once again, without any disrespect to Mr. Ed Sullivan or other American artists at that time, but you have to understand that I'm just a Beatles fan. And the one thing that was funny, that in one of the shows, Paul McCartney's microphone stopped working, and we heard only Lennon, and we saw Lennon doesn't play his guitar, and he's playing with his microphone. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, this is a nice digipack. This is a nice complete shows, nice thing to display. But as a content, for me, I was kind of disappointed. Okay, so no offense, all the American fans of Ed Sullivan. I'm just saying my opinion, that's all. Okay, next. Documentary, All Together Now. This is the documentary about the Beatles' love, Cirque du Soleil. It's just every member of the Beatles family, Paul McCartney, Ringo, George Martin, Giles Martin, Olivia Harrison, Yoko Ono, and everybody involved. And also Neil Aspinall appears here, and this documentary is dedicated to Neil Aspinall. This is just a documentary about how this project came to be. How they worked, what is the ideas, where they took the dancers, and all the professional stuff. So it's kind of interesting documentary on its own about the Beatles show. Okay, next one. This is very interesting, a magical mystery tour memories. This been told by Victor Spinetti. He's kind of the host of this DVD. But we have here Mike McCartney talking, Paul's brother, Victor Spinetti, and many others, narrated by Victor Spinetti. So they are talking only about making the movie Magical Mystery Tour. So they're talking about how it was shown in black and white, how it was flop, that didn't work, and all the memories and how they managed to do it, and the bus and where they filmed it and who said where, and all the interviews. I mean, it's very nice. It's a look inside the documentary of making the movie. So this is a very recommended DVD. I really like this documentary. Okay, another documentary. This one covers the Beatles' visit to Germany in 1966, and a musical documentary, and also it has some songs here. Live tracks, Rock and Roll, She's a Woman, Baby in Black, I Feel Fine, Yesterday, I'm Down, Payback Writer, No a Man, I Wanna Be a Man, I Feel Fine, Day Tripper, If I Needed Someone, She's a Woman, Rock and Roll, I'm Down. Yeah. So it covers the footage from 3 concerts: Munich, June 23-24th, Essen, June 25th, and Hamburg, June 26th-27th. Okay? And here we have another German documentary. This is from Bravo Beatles Blitz Tournee, including never seen before color film Munich 1966. So it covers as well Munich, Essen, and Hamburg 66. So these 2 DVDs are pretty much the same. So it has here like 45 minutes TV special and live at Hamburg. So this is the nice digipack edition of Blitz Tournee in Germany. So next, this is the Beatles from Liverpool to San Francisco. This, I believe, is something like reminder of Ron Howard's movie, which was called 8 Days a Week. This also covers the live period of the Beatles where they were performing live, because it says here from Liverpool to San Francisco. In Liverpool they had the first concert, in San Francisco they had their last concert. So I believe this is the documentation, TV interviews, and just brief information about their live performances. This one I haven't watched yet. We have another one. This is Love Me Do. This is another documentary. It tells the story of the Beatles, rock and roll documentation, like slideshows, biographies, 40 minutes of interviews. So it covers the entire period of the Beatles from 63 till 69. Another one. So here we have another DVD, which is the Beatles on the tour, on the road. So once again, this is another DVD featuring all the information about their touring period from 62, I believe, till 66. So on the road. This is another one. The documentary DVD features a compilation of the footage and includes film of their first US tour, visit to Japan, promotional appearance with other artists, press conferences, etc., etc., etc. So, and here we have another documentary. This I also haven't watched yet. This is the Beatles Explosion. This is also a documentary about their history. I mean, there are so many. From 63 till 1970, there are. I cannot say anything about this one because I haven't watched it yet. But I believe that it's gonna be one of the documentaries featuring the same material that we all know. Okay, so that was the Beatles. Now we talk about John Lennon a little bit. So one thing that I found, this is the 2000 issue of the movie Give Me Some Truth. This is the making of John Lennon's Imagine album. This movie was released recently, a couple of months ago, on the Blu-ray with two movies like Imagine and Give Me Some Truth. So this one I already have, but it's a very nice addition to have it because here we have a very thick booklet with some interesting pictures on it. Here. And very interesting to have, but this is only a single DVD of their movie that appears as a pair on the Blu-ray. So another edition of John Lennon and the Plastic Ono Band, Sweet Toronto. This is the concert of John Lennon in Toronto. This is a full version of the entire concert, with starting with Bo Diddley, Jerry Lee Lewis, Little Richard, and then John Lennon with his rock and roll hits, Yoko Ono. So this is a full story, full concert. It's the same thing that I already have in my collection, exactly this one. So there are the same DVD with two different issues. This is The Love We Make. This is a semi-documentary, semi-concert dedicated to events that happened in 2001, September the 11th in New York. So this is the concert featuring all the stars, Pete Townsend and Eric Clapton and you name it. So this is the semi-documentary, semi-concert. And we have some more DVDs to show. Now we have 4 movies. So first of all, I'd like to show you the George Harrison music featured movie, which is called Wonderwall. I haven't watched it yet. I have to watch it. So this is the disc, and it has here the inlay with some short annotations. So Wonderwall, music by George Harrison. Now we go back to Ringo. This is a DVD called Magic Christian, the movie, Ringo Starr and Peter Sellers. Just a regular edition of that movie. And another movie which I have here, this one is German pressing of the movie Caveman with Barbara Bach, Ringo Starr, Dennis Quaid and Shelley Long. This is Caveman. And last for today, this is a DVD by Frank Zappa which is called 200 Motels. This is 200 Motels DVD by Frank Zappa. This is a song list, this is a DVD and inlay. And what am I showing you here? Because the story begins with Larry the Dwarf, played by Ringo Starr, dressed like Frank Zappa, lowered down on TV in front of, and so on and so on. I'm not gonna reread the whole story, but what I can add, here also appears another great drummer, Keith Moon from The Who appears here. So this is the movie where another Ringo Starr role. So we have here Ringo Starr, Keith Moon, and yeah, all the others I don't know by name. So, Frank Zappa, 200 Motels. Okay, so that was it. Thank you very much for watching. All these things that I have shown you today came with the huge collection that I bought 2 months ago. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and feel free to comment. And some DVDs that I don't know about them anything, would be great if you can write me a comments and tell me something more that I don't know. And if you're a newcomer to my channel, would be great if you could subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.